Okay. What were we saying? Yeah, I've got a cold.
Yeah, you got colds.
I blame it on... There was a woman on that plane who was coughing really loudly, and I realised I have the same cough.
The
She
entire
was...
journey there was a child behind me kicking my seat, and the parents going,
Oh,
"Don't kick the
yeah.
seat, don't kick the seat," and then the little fucker would kick it somewhere else where the parents
Oh.
wouldn't notice, so they stopped telling it off, and then like it wanted me to put my blind down, and I had it halfway down, so I opened it all the way up just to fuck it off. You little bastard. Enjoy the sunlight, cretin.
If we're getting straight into it, I can raise annoying child on plane stories. From that very same plane journey, there was a family in front of me, and the mum just hated that child. Like, even during takeoff, she's saying, "I am never taking you on holiday again. You have been the worst." And we hadn't even got off the ground yet at this point. Like, that's how much of a shit this kid was being.
Nice.
Like, completely disregarding anything the mum would say. Just throwing tantrums and screaming and shit. I'd say they're about 7 or 8. And during the landing, you know the baggage bit directly above everyone's heads?
Yeah.
Yes.
The kid was reaching for the baggage, and the mum had just given up at this point. She wasn't even looking at the child. So, being a responsible adult, I said, "No, you shouldn't touch that," because I assume if the kid opened it mid-landing, luggage everywhere, gonna be an accident, right?
Yep, fair enough.
So I figured I'm well within my right to slap this kid's arm and get him to fuck off. So
Right.
I did. So I got to hit a child on my first plane journey.
So you saw. So what I'm seeing is in this scenario is you saw that the mum wasn't looking, the child did nothing wrong, and you just went ah.
Okay, no.
bang!
The child was in danger to themselves
Yeah, like
because
hell.
they were reaching up to play with the luggage. So I was like, "No, stop it, slap."
All right.
To be fair, stop it was first warning, slap was second warning, and they did stop after that. So
Did they cry?
no, they did keep watching me the rest of the journey.
The scary man.
Yeah.
The
Well,
scary man
sometimes
who
you need a
slapped me.
scary man to yell at the child.
Okay.
It worked.
Honestly, if it was me, and definitely if it had been Sophie, she would have just let the luggage fall on the child's head.
Yeah, same to be fair. All right, I've got to learn.
I also wanted to slap a child, so it was... I figured this... I killed 2 birds with 1 stone with this one.
Yeah, though it is not frowned upon, though it is not illegal, it is frowned upon to call a toddler an arsehole. But
Exactly.
it's not illegal, remember that.
And
Usually
I
when
didn't...
people talk about holiday stories, they talk about the views and the sunny beaches, and we just went,
We'll
we
get
got
there.
to abuse children, you know?
We will get there, but we'll start off with the hitting a child.
Actually, I have a semi-related sort of holiday story.
Before you do, welcome to the shipping forecast.
Yeah,
everyone.
we better do that, haven't we?
Hi. It's been about a month now. I'm James. Joining me is Nick
Hi.
and Grace.
Hello.
And we're all back. It's been chaos for various reasons.
Yes.
Nick, carry on with your holiday story.
Okay.
We've all been on holidays, incidentally.
Well,
as
yeah,
part of this.
sort of. I mean, I've been on many day trips. Before you went, I don't know if you recall, I asked you to look out for the little model aircraft that used to be sold as part of the in-flight shop.
Mm-hmm.
When I were a kid, there used to be like an in-flight magazine, and you could like request the cabin crew sell you a little plastic model of the plane that you were on. I had many of these things as a kid. It was the highlight of the family holiday. I don't think you were able to find anywhere, yeah?
No, I did actually find them. They were in the W.H. Smiths, because you messaged me while we were in the airport, and I did see them. They were 20 to 30 quid each.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself,
This is a little bit different because every airline used to have their own.
I remember this now because I have a childhood story and it's going to break your fucking heart, Nick.
Well, anyway, I went to see an engine run of an ex-Cold War nuclear bomber, and at this show, at this engine run, there was a stand selling various types of model aircraft. So I'd picked up one for my collection, Vickers Valiant, if anybody's interested. But then I saw like a bargain basement bucket thing. And in it were like loads of these model planes from my childhood. And they were like a £5 each. I came out with like 4 of them.
Congrats.
Now I have them on my desk. I'm very, very happy that I managed to find them.
Nice.
So, yeah, there we go.
Nice.
So, I also had one of these because my aunt used to be an air hostess.
Okay.
And I had one for Concorde.
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah.
Have you still got it?
I was 7 at the time.
He ain't got it.
You've broken it, haven't you?
It might still be around. It's definitely chewed.
Ah.
Oh.
But yeah.
I'm guessing you
That's
chewed
why I was
the
like,
snoot.
this is going to break your heart. Because I did have one of them. My aunt got me Concorde. And I was too young to appreciate it.
Of all the...
And I chewed it.
Do you know what? I reckon they're... I will have a look, but I reckon they're quite rare to find now.
Oh, probably.
In which case, I will have to wait until I build the Concorde, which I have in my Airfix stash. So...
I will ask my mum if that's still around. If you want a chewed model of Concorde, you're welcome to it. Hell, maybe you could restore it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Send it down, fill it in, you know.
Sorry, Nick.
Fucking
Oh,
Concorde.
boy.
Of all the aircraft.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Sorry.
I'm not that interested in fucking passenger airliners. I just bought them because it was a nice thing to have from my childhood. But no, like Concorde.
But that's
was
the passenger
Yeah,
airliner.
that is the passenger
Yeah.
airliner. The one that I'm interested in. Fucking Speedbird, and you've had it and
dear.
chewed it.
Yeah. Oh, it was battered as well, like, from what I remember.
Well, yeah, they are only like poor quality plastic.
Yeah.
Admittedly.
It was very chewed, and I didn't treat it well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. They
My
are
bad.
poor quality plastic. Admittedly, I'm looking at one now, and yeah, the wings do flex when you assemble them. You've got to be very careful.
Yeah, I wouldn't fly on one.
So on that note, Grace and I went on holiday.
Yeah.
This was my first time on a plane, as I've just told the story of that plane. We went to Turkey. Well, we flew to Turkey, then we got on a boat, and just went around the Med for a week.
Oh,
And it
nice.
was lovely.
Yeah, it sounds it.
I'm trying to think what stories we want to tell. The cruise ship itself was essentially a floating Weatherspoons, for better and for worse. For non-British listeners, a Weatherspoons, it's a cheap pub, mostly filled with, say, 50 to 70 and upwards age range.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
But there were like 7 open bars on the ship.
Oh, so like
And
9 a.m. breakfast beer.
9 a.m. you could get full English despite us being in Greece.
Yeah.
I think we had the full English most nights. I'm pretty sure I did.
A lot of mornings it was very easy to have
Yeah.
bacon and eggs and stuff.
I've been back for a week now, and I miss having someone there to make me breakfast in the morning.
Oh,
I miss waking up to a full
know.
English done by a chef. Oh,
I
Yeah,
know
that's been tough.
Yeah, it is just the best. It's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favourite things about going away anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You can just have
just having someone making food for you,
Yeah.
and 7 open bars, that
yeah.
don't judge you about what time you order a cocktail.
Yeah, which was essentially straight after breakfast.
Oh, pretty much. Like there were people drinking at breakfast. It was it
Yeah.
was something.
It was a very, very English holiday.
Yeah, I was going to say, as ambassadors for our country, I see that you have not managed to dispel the image that British holidaymakers have.
I mean, we were never going to be able to dispel it, but I don't think we added to it.
Yeah, I think we were well behaved.
We didn't get drunk.
Okay,
We didn't
I
get
see.
drunk in the ports. Like when we were, I definitely got drunk on the boat,
Right, I see.
but that was fine.
Well, you're at sea. I'm sure, like international maritime law.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to
Yeah.
be sober past 7.
Yeah, sailors have to drink.
Well, yeah, this is it.
That's what all the films tell me anyway.
And the captain definitely seemed to be drinking to forget, because at on the first day, he was like, "For those of you who still believe in romance, the sunset can be viewed on the left-hand side." And
Wow!
it just made me think, "Wow, are you okay?" But as it went on, it did seem like he was okay, because he had this flirty thing going on with the head of events. Was it?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Project manager or something.
They were both on the Tannoy system every day, and they kept trying to make each other laugh by doing things while the other one was talking. And they'd just be talking. Whoever was talking would just break into laughter and go, "Oh, stop it, you!" And because the other one's clearly trying to wind them up. And yeah, it was quite endearing.
Oh God, it's
It was very funny. The captain's being very naughty. I'm so sorry. And me and James just looked at each other like, shit.
Oh, OTP.
I cruise line this shit.
Well, actually, we had 2 OTPs on that ship, because there was I want to call them a couple we kept seeing around on the boat that we nicknamed Team Rocket.
okay.
One was a very gay man, and the other was a very glamorous woman, and they kept every day they'd have a more elaborate outfit as it went on.
They were trying to out-riz everyone every day, and they won.
Succeeded, yeah.
They absolutely succeeded.
Though horrifying at first, because I think our first encounter with them, the guy was wearing like a G-string, is it?
It was just a thong.
Yeah.
Like a mankini kind of affair.
No, James got scared because he was just wearing a thong.
Oh.
Yeah, I saw more of that man's ass than I cared to.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
It was the best arse on the boat, but like the competition wasn't fierce.
I was going to say, I wasn't ranking everyone's asses on the ship, but if you say so.
Alright, well, I say so. Oh no, I think hers comes a solid second.
That sounds about right.
Then mine. then
mine.
that 40-year-old woman I saw. Then maybe James.
Which 40-year-old one?
That was just pulling your leg.
I was good. How dare you? I'm trying to think if we have any other boat stories worth telling.
No, not a
The
lot.
hot
actually
chocolate was
happened.
really nice.
I had a food coma at one point where I just passed out.
I didn't know food comas were a real thing.
I mean, they're not a real thing. You just get tired and go
they
to sleep.
were. I've seen you have a food coma now. You were just properly passed out, unable to interact with the outside world.
Yeah, because I fell asleep.
No, like you were.
It wasn't a coma. I fell asleep.
Grace, you have to understand from my perspective. You were talking to me coherently for 2 hours, and then you just don't remember any of it. You blacked out, and then you don't recall any of it at all.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It was really weird. Like, you ate loads of food, and you just sat down and were going, "Oh, I'm so full." And I was like, "Grace, do you want to watch some Stargate?" "Yeah, sure." And you talked about that episode for a bit with me. Then I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go for a walk." And then I came back. You were bright-eyed again, and you had no recollection of the last hour. It was, and then I mentioned, "Oh, I went out to get a drink," and you were like, "You did what?" And you don't even remember me leaving. That was the really strange part.
I was probably asleep.
I said to you, "I'm off," and you said goodbye.
Yeah, I probably didn't give a care. I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, but
well, that solves that
don't
then.
care enough to remember.
Okay. It was really weird, is my point.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, yeah, food coma.
That was like a buffet thing, and I just looked at it and went, "Oh, I'll have a bit of that, and I'll have a bit of that, and I'll have a bit of that, and I'll have a bit of that." And it just kept going until I had a bit of everything, and then I almost wanted it to die.
Those were nice. I would
were
recommend
nice.
a cruise ship. The one thing I brought back from me that I haven't... Actually, I brought 2 things back from me. One, Grace, I've got your alarm clock still, because that was in my carry-on.
Yeah.
I've been using it the past few days and getting up bright-eyed and early and everything.
Oh, what, 4 o'clock?
No, I changed the alarm.
Is it still...
It's at 9 now.
What? That clock's never been set to 9 in its life. What have you done to my alarm clock?
Well, I'm sure it doesn't mind.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
The other thing I have is a can of Shark.
A can of what?
Shark.
It's a Greek energy drink that I bought, thinking I'll use that at some point, and I didn't.
Oh, right, good. I'm glad it's an energy drink.
Why? What did you think it was going to be?
Well, I mean, you know...
You can hear me opening my can of Shark.
Well, yeah, this is it. I know that there is such a thing as shark fin soup, which is
Oh, no.
yeah,
I wouldn't do that.
excellent. I'm
I
glad
don't
to
think you
hear
could
it.
buy it out here.
No, it's for shark fin soup is exclusively for rich idiots, you know. But yeah.
So it's shark. Nick, do you remember Emerge? How could you forget Emerge?
How could I? Yeah, exactly. How could I forget Emerge?
Very cheap energy drink you can buy in the UK. Shark tastes like a stronger version of Emerge.
Yeah, it's what powered me through year 10 and 11.
When we were 15 and we discovered energy drinks, Emerge was like a very strong booze in its effect.
Back in the day, you didn't have to be 21 to buy an energy drink.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Is
There's
that
a
a
point.
thing now?
Yeah, you've got to look over 21 to buy an energy drink.
Cool.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
you get ID'd, but no, we were just going out and buying this stuff by the gallon and then taking it back to
Yeah.
school.
When we were
And-
14 and 15.
Yeah, them were the days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we used
Good
to be a
times.
proper country, but you know.
Oh, shut up.
Do we want to talk about something topical briefly?
I think we should actually get on with the show, to be
God,
honest, lads.
we should, shouldn't we? I was just going to mention, have you seen the King's new portrait?
Oh boy, yeah.
If we want to do something
No.
topical, Really? Oh shit,
Yeah,
Grace,
really.
you're missing out. Hold on.
Am I really,
Yes,
though?
yes, you are.
To be fair, Grace, it is metal as fuck.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
Hold on,
there's
Grace.
a portrait of an old man, metal as fuck.
Oh,
Right, where are you
oh,
sending
I'll send it to you over on Facebook. Hold on. I don't think you'll believe me when you see this. So, Nick, please do verify with me that this is the real portrait that King Charles unveiled. Here he is unveiling it.
Oh, it's a lot of red.
Yeah. It's metal as fuck, isn't it?
I do. It does have a "this was painted in the blood of my enemies" vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to use
But his face is normal. His face is normal. There's
Yeah.
a butterfly. What?
Well, every monarch has an official portrait, and this is his.
Well, his is definitely going to stand out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like 7 foot tall as well.
It's 7 foot tall, painted in blood.
There's no way this is finished.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
the one that's unveiled. You can check the BBC.
Okay, question. Why is he trying to be a villain?
I mean, the best theory I had, forgive me, this is a tiny bit dark. You know how they talked about him getting alternative medicines for his cancer treatment?
Yeah.
I was wondering if that alternative treatment is the portrait of Dorian Gray.
Ah, shit, yeah. I thought you were going that way.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
fuck's
made a
sake.
pact with Satan, and now he can live forever, and his soul is in the painting. That's my theory.
Yeah, the portrait ages, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Ah, actually, that would make sense. I reckon that after this, after he's done the unveiling, the portrait is going to be hidden away so that he can't see it. Because, of course, if he looks at the portrait, it'll crumble into his real age.
Exactly.
Oh, for
So-
Of like
fuck's sake.
70, 80, whatever age he is already.
Yeah, this is it. So he can look at it now because it's not going to make a difference. But in 100, 200, 300 years' time, it
Yeah.
will. You know.
He probably should have done this when he was younger, you know?
Yeah, this is it.
I'm sure the commission on it was an arm and a leg. Taxpayers' money takes a while to accumulate and get your mitts on.
God. Either way, I think it looks pretty hardcore.
It fucking does. And
Fuck's sake.
rather bizarrely, I've always thought King Charles to be sort of quite harmless, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He wants power, but he can't really do anything.
Mhm.
This is it. He's into conservation and stuff like that. He seems like just a genial old fellow. But now,
Just your bog standard old alterer. Yeah.
yeah, this is it. But yeah, then he's had that portrait painted of him, which, if he didn't have his face,
Yeah.
could be a black metal album cover.
Oh, it really could. Like, if you told me this was a leaked teaser for Devil May Cry 6, I would believe you.
I feel like a lot of portraits in the future are going to start adopting this style just because a king's done it.
I hope so.
Oh my god.
I don't want it to go that way, to be honest. I like the old
Oh,
sort of.
actually,
regality.
I know of at least 2 people, 2 artists who will take commissions.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Are you wanting yourself in this?
maybe.
Yeah, I can respect that.
I wouldn't be in like military uniforms or anything. It'd just be in like a, jeans and a t-shirt, but
So-
still.
I don't know many people mad enough to accept this as a commission, but I am very bad at Photoshop. I might just put Grace's cat on top of King Charles' face. So it's just Pepper in the military uniform, surrounded by red.
God's sake.
I know of at least one person. Somebody who Sophie asked to draw them a sexy T-Rex. And they did.
No, I know what you mean. I'd forgotten that was being unveiled on your birthday. Oh, I'm gonna have to post that in the show notes.
Honestly,
It's the same person that did the thumbnail for the logo for the shipping forecast.
Yeah, and I just want
They are
to...
fantastic at what they do. And,
100%, like literally...
But God, we wish they didn't.
No, like, literally, the only thing that I am disappointed with is that, like, a version didn't end up in my house for my birthday.
Oh, really? I thought that was the plan.
What?
Like, I was half expecting either Sophie or, Hexicate to actually send a printout or something like that, which Sophie could then put up in my house somewhere where I'm least expecting it.
I was led to believe the plan was to get it framed and replace one of the portraits you already have in your house with the dinosaur.
I'm going to have to go look now, aren't I?
Just a portrait of your mum goes missing.
Yeah,
and there's
I'd
just-
been led to believe like it was either going to be one of your trains, if they've got any family in there. I thought the plan was to replace them with the dinosaur.
Just replace them with Daddy T-Rex.
Yeah, because I suggested, hey, you should do this. And then Sophie said, don't worry, that's the plan. I was like, perfect, good.
Oh, I'm gutted that never happened. But anyway.
Does Sophie not have a printer then?
To be fair, the only printer that we have access to is either the ones at my workplace or the ones here. Or the...
Okay, that might be part of the reason why you could try to print it out on your phone.
I wish you said. I would have happily driven up with a frame and everything.
Or what would have been even funnier is asking her mum to print it out at her workplace.
Oh yeah, that'd have raised
I
a
can
lot
see
of
why she didn't want
conversation.
that.
And her mum works for rather a big TV corporation,
Oh,
which would have been even funnier thinking about it. But there we go.
you know what? No,
So
that would
much
have been good.
opportunity missed.
Local news reporter, if you just shuffle it into his notes when he's just reading through his story and then suddenly, sexy dinosaur.
Just shuffle it into the weather report's green screen graphics.
Yes.
There's just
that.
Oh god! And now for the weather.
Oh. Well, that's what's happening in Hull today.
Yep, Daddy T-Rex.
Oh.
That's right, they're back.
Oh boy.
Talking of sexy monsters,
Yes.
Dungeon Meshi. I saw
Yeah,
a segue and I
finally.
took us there.
Excellent work.
Okay.
Excellent. We've got 45 minutes.
So when we last left our heroes, which is us, we did part 1. We had a look. We read through some fics, and here we are. We're going to review them. Grace, do you want to go first?
Sure.
Hang on, let me do this properly. So, Grace, what have you been reading? Does it involve sexy monsters? Because mine does.
Mine does not.
Okay, that's fine. I can take us home with monster fucking. Implied monster fucking.
I mean, it's hard to kind of describe what this is. Hang on, let me post the link in the notes because I forgot to do that.
That's okay.
I warned thee, it is an explicit fanfiction, and basically, it is about our lovely boy Laios.
Okay.
Because I kept calling him Laos in the last
Yeah.
one because I haven't been paying attention
you're
to what his
finding in
name
your
actually is. Fucking idiot.
To be
aren't
fair, I was doing the same thing, but that's entirely yours two's fault.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
I've been saying Laos.
So it's Laos.
Okay,
Right, okay.
alright.
Laos.
James has been saying Laos. I've been, like,
Oh, this does
Birmingham
have
and
monster
going
fuckers.
Laos.
It's in the tag.
Sort of.
Oh.
Sort of.
Oh, I see.
Laos reviews monster sex toys online, and Kavru is a tired grad student, is the summary. This is accurate models by Kurikuri.
Huh.
I see.
I promise I'm here for the reviews, okay? Because no, hear me out.
I mean,
So
I can see Laos being just really autistic about the details and skipping how they are as sex toys. You know, he'd just been like, "Oh,
no,
this is very accurate to the dragon, because it's got the right curves like dragons." I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, that is exactly
Oh shit!
what he does.
Brilliant.
He's just like, yeah, here's another one. Now I've got to say, this isn't like this or this and that, and he'll just go into like monster facts, and it's so funny.
Oh.
It's so fucking funny. Like I fucking,
Bless him.
it's the characters are on point.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're not adventurers. They're sort of it's more modern day sort of thing, but in that universe.
Okay.
If you get me. So they've got phones, they've got,
Elves.
magic still exists, they've got all the different races, and the dungeons still exist, but, you got universities, and you've got
VR.
laptops and online stuff, yeah. So it's a nice little interesting world.
Okay.
So, Kabru is a grad student, and he's trying to write his thesis on trauma reactions to monsters. And he's going through all the shit online, loads of videos and stuff, and he's watching people react to goldfish ghosts and just running around and pretending to be scared of them, other people eating like treasure bugs and stuff. And he's sort of like, yeah, I suppose this is sort of what I'm looking for. And then he finally comes across this video. And it's just a average handsome bloke talking, and he's like, oh, he's quite handsome. He's not really listening to what he's saying. And then he says, but monsters are still an important part of the ecosystem. And then Cavalry sort of tunes in a little bit more. One of the main reasons carnivorous monsters attack people is because adventurers kill more monsters than they need to. And he continues, and he's listening a bit more. And he goes, this disrupts the food chain and depletes the monster's natural food source. And he's like, of course that doesn't mean you shouldn't defend yourself. And, he's coming up with this quite articulated sort of levelling out of how you should react to monsters and stuff. It's quite tame. And he's like, monsters aren't your friends. I knew a guy who thought he managed to tame a kelpie, but was actually just waiting for him to let his guard down enough so it could eat him. Yeah, we had to kill that one. And he's like, alright. And he goes, okay, so he's actually seen monsters. Most people haven't actually seen monsters. They live in the city. So he's quite interested that, this guy has actually come across them. And he looks in the comments to see if anyone sort of agrees with this guy, or is it some sort of trauma response or this or that. And the top comment is, wait, lol, isn't this the guy... Wait, lol, isn't this the dragon dildo guy? and he just sort of blinks like, wait, what? And so he clicks on the profile, like, amongst all the bullshit Laos has done, he's done a very serious video, and he's found that one, but he's actually more well known for as the profile description states, I am Laos, and I rate the anatomical accuracy of monster sex toys.
Honestly, I'm saying it now, I reckon if you looked hard enough, there would be somebody out there doing this.
I mean,
yeah,
bad dragon.
I mean, if there isn't, I kind of feel like that's a niche we could get into.
Oh, what? Dungeon Meshi sex toys?
Sure,
Good
why not?
fucking God. No.
Let's just rate the lore on each of these. Like,
so it's clicking on videos and it's stuff like, oh no, first we've got to talk about the size. I went over this before in my Red Dragon video, but they're much bigger than most people realise. I got the biggest toy on the website had listed. But as you can see, it's not nearly to scale. Adult worms are generally between 15 and 18 metres long, so an accurate model will probably have to be about this long and hold his arms out. Like this, you know. Which is pretty small once you think about it. Proportionally, dragons have fairly small penises. Actually, I'm using the term penis for dragon genitalia, more similar to the of hemipenises and sea serpents and quetzalcoatls have, except that dragons are more protruding organs than the two real ones. And he just goes on and on and on, and Kurikuri is just like, oh my fucking god. And he checks a timestamp, and he's alarmed to find that they're barely like a third of the way through. And he's learning so much of things he doesn't want to know. And he just keeps going on and on and on. And he's like, Wims, W-Y-R-M-S.
Yes, it's worm, yeah.
Worm. It's the English word for worm. Okay. I hear people call them worms and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, what's the truth? Okay, worms tend to have a low fertilization rate, so their natural secretions allow them to mate for longer without pulling out. In order to properly recreate the worm mating cycle, you should use this toy for about an hour on a rainy day in early spring.
Ow.
Somebody has done their, well, I say research, but I'm kind of liking the world building which is going into this.
Yeah.
Somebody has dreamt up a mating cycle for a, well, I assume it's a type of dragon, a worm.
Yeah, worms are type of dragon.
Yeah, it is. It's, the author did say that they did look up lots of strange animal facts to use
so
for their
it's
monsters.
based on real world stuff.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
That's impressive. They have done
I
their
like
It
research.
is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is good. This is the sort of shit I live for. Because at this point, I'm not even interested in the sex. I'm interested in the author's world building on top of what already exists.
And that's something that's kind of parallel to Dungeon Meshi itself, because there's a lot of world building in that doesn't necessarily play into the story, but they've fleshed out the world quite nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it more believable.
And this author has done Kurikuri has done the exact same thing here. They've taken that Dungeon Meshi approach, they've just applied it to sex toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I assume is not in Dungeon Meshi itself, because I've not read the manga.
Yeah, I've not read the manga. I don't know if sex toys come up or not.
But it's fantastic either way.
Exactly. Either way, Kurikuri is looking at this as like hypersexuality has got to be like a symptom of psychological trauma. You know, he's trying to desperately link this back to his thesis. Right? You know, he knows he's just theorising about Laios. He's overreaching. You know, he's probably watched like almost all of his videos at this point. You know, normal people don't review monster sex toys online, do they?
That's very Capru.
Either way, so he thinks about this. He goes, somehow, despite reviewing some of the kinkiest toys the internet can produce, the way he talks about them is almost sexless. It's all about accuracy and recreating mating patterns, and sometimes Kabru wonders if Laios even uses the toys for their intended purpose. But then Laios will make an innocuous but damning comment that erases all doubt from his mind. Yeah, so funny. Oh, yeah, you gotta read, like, what Laios says about all these things, and just Kabru reacting to the videos. It is so funny. But it doesn't just stay there. So he's watching this video, and he's reviewing this toy, and then his roommate knocks on the door. He jumps out of his skin, like, lobs the phone. Yes? What are you doing?
Perfectly
My
sensible
thesis.
reaction.
I'm writing my thesis. And either way, she drags him out to Senshi's Dungeon Diner.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're going to a restaurant Senshi owns and cooks for. And he's never wanted to go because they sell dungeon food there.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't want to eat monsters, does Kabru.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. Despite the character's in the anime always eating dungeon food every session. Because it's actually what the anime is about, Nick. It's actually about cooking food in a dungeon out of monsters.
Well, yeah, I kind of get that.
Either way, he gets dragged in. He plasters a friendly smile on the face as he looks over at the waiter, and it's Laios.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Laios is waiting in the monster restaurant. Oh, it'll probably be about 20 minutes if you want a table. And he starts looking through the menu, and he's looking at it all going, Jesus fucking Christ, it's all got monsters in it. I don't want this. And he's just like, oh, have you decided yet? And he goes, oh, what do you recommend? And he regrets the question as soon as he asked it, really. And he goes, oh, they're all delicious. Laios goes, and he starts talking about the food. I have to personally recommend the living armour. And he starts going on to about the living armour. And it's like, oh my fucking... Because of course he is. Of course he is. Has a really nice subtle flavour. We don't have it on the menu often, but we managed to hit the mating season just at the right... just right this year, so...
You know all about that, wouldn't you, Laios?
Fuck's sake. So yeah, he eats a load of living armour, thinking he's going to bite into chunks of metal, but no, it was like clams. And he thought it tasted really good, but he mentally just couldn't handle it very well. It was like, oh god, this is mentally repulsed.
This tastes good, but it should be disgusting, in my mind.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
sort of thing.
And he had been back to the restaurant a couple of times trying to get Laios' attention, but that wasn't working. And in one of Laios' videos, he says, oh, you know, I might go... People send him designs to rate. Like, they send their ideas in of what might be a good dildo.
What?
The sex toys and things like that. Yeah, people are just sending Laios random shit, like, what do you reckon of this one? Do you reckon, is this accurate, you know? If I
Break
made
my
this,
dildo.
you know? Yeah, it was Break My Dildo, and he was just like, oh, you know, yeah, that'd be a good idea if you made it. And fucking Kavru, he was like, okay, I know that he likes living armour, so I'm going to design a living armour one. And he should have thought it through more, but he didn't, and he just fucking sent it one, and he didn't think it was actually going to get picked up.
What
But
would that
yeah,
even look
suddenly...
like? I mean, all I can picture is just a gauntlet with like a fist.
Maybe that's what it is.
Or it's just a codpiece, maybe. Grace, do we
So-
find out?
You do.
Oh, good.
Kavru had drawn up a sword hilt that has the clam's tentacles coming out of it.
I see.
And Laios sees the design and he's like, oh wow, holy fuck, I love this design. I wish someone would actually make this. I'd love to try it out. And then Kavru doesn't even think, he just DMs him and says, if I made a living armour toy, would you test it out? And he just hits send, right?
So he's
Oh no.
he's shooting his shot.
And yeah, he's shooting his shot. And you can kind of guess the response, can't you?
I can
It's a
see the response. I'm
whole-hearted
reading along.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
2
can't
exclamation
wait.
marks. He's keen.
In italics.
Mhm.
Please. So, Kavru should be writing his thesis, but he's now scavenging around the place to now make this item. He has also gone to his roommate for help for some animation spells
Okay.
to get the tentacles to
I
work.
was wondering how he was going to
as
make
they
his
should.
own sex toy, but of course magic. Much more
Yeah, it
useful.
still exists.
Yeah. Imagine
That's so
going
funny.
up to your room.
She'd
Yeah.
given him a suspicious look, but thankfully had not asked what the tentacles were for, and instead just wrinkled her nose at his casting technique.
Oh boy.
Either way, it took about a week and a half to make this thing, and he shipped it. And yeah, he gets a little message on his phone going, "It's here. Do you have time to talk?" You know, and he accepts a call button.
Mhm.
And it's him on the phone. It's like, yeah, I got it's amazing. How does it work? You got the textures perfect. And he's psyched. He's really happy. And he's like, everyone else sort of. Usually they come with instructions, but yours hasn't. And he goes, so you're gonna have to tell me how to use it. And he's like, oh my god, Jesus fucking Christ. Fuck's sake.
Wow.
So, yeah, they go through the ethicalness because he's worried it is an actionable monster, and he says, no, it's not a familiar, don't worry, it's just a type of magic and all that shit. And they go through it, and eventually Cadbury's just like, I'm going, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you test it out, because I don't think he can physically handle it. I can't do this. I can't handle his crush crying his toy out on himself. It's too much for him, bless him.
They're sort of in the process of having phone sex at the minute, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But Cadbury dips out. He can't do it. He takes a cold shower. Either way, a little while later, he goes to the restaurant again, and this time Laos, fuck's sake, recognises him. And he goes, "Oh my god, it's you!" Either way, that's quite sweet. They get chatting.
Yeah, this is wholesome in a strange way.
It is actually quite wholesome.
Wholesome.
It is very strange.
I wouldn't have expected it to be this cute with the tag monster fucker, but here we are.
Yep.
And yeah, genuinely quite good. I'm invested in their relationship in this.
Either way, Cadbury's quite interested in Lyles just because of all sorts now. He's just generally fascinated with the guy, I think.
Is that autistic Riz striking again?
Indeed. He has a fathomless amount of autistic Riz. Either way, they get catching, it's very cute. And, goes back to the flat with him. And, yeah, they go through some of the toys, just chatting about them. Chatting about bits and bobs, chatting about the one they've made.
Yeah, this is really cute.
Yeah, and then he bangs Lyos with the with the living armor toy.
So
and there you have it.
Before you get to he bangs him with the toy, there's a really cute line where they talk about Lyos asks, "Oh, you like monsters?" And Cameron goes, "I hate monsters, but I like you. And I watched all your videos because I wanted to know why you like monsters." And I thought that was really wholesome.
Yeah.
And then they bang.
Yeah, and then they bang. Yeah.
Just thought I wanted to shout out that that's really cute, but also they bang.
It wouldn't be AO3 if they didn't.
You would be surprised. No one bangs in mine yet.
Oh, I see. Fair enough.
Give it time.
Either way, I don't know why I skipped the cute fluffy bit. I think I was just so embarrassed.
Oh.
Because I can hear people in my house walking around,
okay.
and I'm just like,
that's fair.
If they've overheard me talk about all the weird monster stuff, that's one thing. But then saying something with feelings attached is probably going to make them try and listen into the walls even more. And I'm just like,
completely
guys,
valid.
it's not what it looks like.
I see.
But no, yes, incredibly cute, very well written, very funny. I enjoyed it. Like, you've actually got to read it for yourself because there's tons of lines in here which made me fucking
The
smile,
bits I've seen,
like,
I've
ear to
thoroughly
ear.
enjoyed.
Yeah, no, it is really good, and everything's so in character, and I think it's just really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into this.
All
further.
the animal, genuinely, the animal facts in this are like it gives me nature documentary vibes that like I would love monsters to exist I'd love David Attenborough to talk about the fucking mating cycle of living armor. Like, that would be so cool. Like, he's just like, and here is the cameraman
and here we are.
and the sound guy having a fight with some living armor because we walked too close to the territory, and it's just a guy with the boom running away from a knight. It would be great.
And it appears the dragon's mating cycle has come slightly early for our poor cameraman, He is about to be penetrated violently, as is the cycle of life.
Oh.
Nature is cruel, especially to that poor man's prostate.
It's not the first time an animal has had sex with the cameraman on a nature
And it won't be the
documentary. If
last.
I remember,
Oh yes,
if I
Stephen
remember
Fry.
correctly, what?
Oh, there's one where Stephen Fry is in the jungle and his cameraman gets shagged by a parrot.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, the
kakapo.
kakapo.
Yes.
You're getting shagged by a rare
That is
parrot.
That is the rarest parrot
Yeah.
as well. Like that
He
guy.
got pounded
has-
by it.
Honestly, he probably got a load of scientists come over him with sample jars going, you don't know how fucking lucky you are. We've been trying to get a sample off this bastard for ages.
Can we get you back
Scooping
next season?
semen off his neck. Yeah, come back.
Okay.
Oh, fuck's sake. But, no, yeah, thank you, Kurikuri.
Yes.
That was absolutely delightful.
It set off a whole imagination there of just David Attenborough narrating furry porn. But
Honestly, I'd like it if we just had one where Laios is just talking about monsters, but how you think monsters work. Because I'll just read that, to be honest.
you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see it.
I'll just sit there and go, alright, let's find out how changelings work. Let's find out how nine-tailed foxes work. Let's find out how mermen work. And I'll just sit there going, all of this is fake, but so's the cooking, so
I mean, there is a
I'm not learning any recipes off this.
there is a little bit of
But I
that.
feel like
in,
I am.
In the D&D monster manuals, if you're curious in that way.
D&D is less cute.
That's fair. Yeah.
There is I do think there is a nature documentary in this though.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely.
like a spoof one. People just doing mythical creatures.
Yeah, I'm gonna add that to the notes of projects we could do at some point,
Yes.
perhaps. But anyway, thank you, Kurikuri. I'm gonna read this once we're done recording. Nick,
Yes.
I feel like yours is an excellent segue from this.
It actually is because it's
Yep.
similar themes.
There is a very similar theme there, isn't there?
There is a 100% similar themes in this.
Okay.
So this is Sword Fighting by Randyrobot.
Okay.
The summary is Laios gets a moment of alone time and Kensuke is curious about it. From my limited Google searching, Kensuke is the sword that he carries around. I'm
Kensuke
guessing?
is the sword.
Kensuke, yes. Apologies for pronunciation.
That's you're not as weeby as me. It's
yeah.
fine.
So he's gone from the fake thing in mine to the real thing in yours. Is that what I'm getting?
Pretty much, yeah. One of the
Yep.
tags is Monster Fucker Laios.
One of the
Nice.
other tags is he's gonna fuck the sword.
Go
In
on,
case there was
Miles.
any doubts.
And yeah, he fucks the sword. That's my job done. We can wrap it up now.
Cool. So I've been reading. No, Nick, just sit back down.
No, yeah, we will.
Randyrobot deserves better than that.
100%. Yeah, we will do this fic justice. Okay, so our story so far, our heroes are in the dungeon.
Sorry, the way you said I just got the Star Wars opening with like the spiel.
Oh,
You get like the grand music, like dead. I've got that, but it's Laos fucks the sword in like grand, slow moving text. I'm sorry, that mental image just killed me. Go ahead.
I mean, I can do that if you'd like, but I do
It's
need more
okay.
time to prepare. You know, so I didn't.
You're fine.
I didn't write a monologue for that. But anyway, our heroes are in the dungeon, and of course, one of the issues that you have when the dungeon is where you're going to go to the bathroom, because if you wander away too far, you might get attacked by a monster. You might have to fight your way to the toilet, so to speak. If you're too close, then some of your party members might hear you. So this is the problem facing our hero Laios, who who's walking around trying to find a bathroom, and eventually, after fruitless searching, he finds a small empty room with a channel of water running along the far wall. And yeah, better than pissing on the floor, I suppose. So yeah, he's there having a piss. And eventually he finishes, of course he's got his dick in his hand, shaking it as you do after you've finished going to the loo. And then he sort of
The shake is very authentic, incidentally.
Yep, 100%.
I read this fic as well, and I was like, the shake. That's, yeah.
Yeah,
They know what they're doing.
As the owner of a penis, I can confirm that that's something that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got his dick in his hand and he's thinking, it's been a while since I've, sort of relieved the tension, so to speak. So he decides to have a wank.
Mm-hmm.
He's hoping that he's far enough away because usually there's not much opportunity to do this sort of thing in the dungeon. And on the rare occasions that he did, it was usually when he went to the bathroom. So he's, nice and private away from people. And even then, he felt bad about it because he was pretty sure Chillchuck could hear him when he did. So...
Yeah, Chillchuck's got massive ears.
Yeah. So.
Oh man, Chillchuck Tim's. Hey, he's a father of three. He's
got 3 daughters. He probably hasn't had to hear this before.
Yeah, but he was a young man once.
Very true. And
he's a divorced man now, so he probably gets it.
Very true.
He thinks he's far enough away, though, so that's all good. So, he's there trying to get the job done, and suddenly something moves by his hips. And he's like, oh, God, what the hell was that? Looking around for anything that would come into the room at waist height, and decides there's nobody there, so goes back to, the task at hand. Then he feels it again, and jumps out of his skin, and then goes down to reach for his sword to try and defend himself, and puts his hand into something squishy. And, of course, it's Kensuke. So
the sword's hear him jack off.
The sword is curious about him jacking off.
So it reaches out to give him a hand.
Or
a tentacle.
This is basically what happens. Yeah, like Kensuke is looking curiously at Laios.
Like another man at the urinal.
No, you don't.
No, that's definitely not a thing.
No, you don't do that. You don't do that.
Oh, but all the fan fiction. No, I'm joking. The fan fiction says it happens, no.
But what's quite funny is so of course Kensuke is his eye stalks are out and looking, and instead of Laios going like, no, well, just put you in the corner while I finish.
Down, boy.
What, you want a closer look?
Fucking bloke would do that as well.
I guess he's very confident in himself, I suppose.
Oh,
Someone's looking and he's
he
like,
probably
hey,
doesn't see the problem
wanna
with
look?
He fucking must be, because if I had a sentient sword, that would be the last thing on my mind.
Yeah.
But don't come near my dick.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be like, yeah, I'd be putting it away, like, no, don't look at my penis. But he's like, hey, wanna look?
Yeah, it was like, let me just put you down in the corner and face you against the wall, so that you don't have to look. So, but yeah, he's showing Kensuke his penis, and the little tendrils and stuff that Kensuke has are sort of like reaching out and exploring his fingers and stuff like that. And then Laios is, you want to touch it? And that's how it starts. The tendrils were squishy and soft. The skin's pliant and smooth in a way that gave the illusion of sliminess, though they didn't actually produce any kind of slime as far as Laios knew. Yeah, so he pounds the sword, and he pushes himself away from the wall, lays on the floor, puts the sword between his legs, and by the looks of things, Kensuke gives him a right royal scene to. So, yeah.
He sure does.
Yeah, he fucks the sword. If anybody is a Consenticles enthusiast, I strongly recommend you actually read this fic for yourself. Mm-hmm. It's quite well written smut, which I found. It kind of does draw you in.
I'm a big fan of the notes at the very end.
Yeah, I'll get to those.
Okay.
As it stood, as it stands, they get done. Finally, he manages to pry Kensuke off him. He looks at his penis. It's still twitching and oversensitive. It's a dark red. It's covered in hickeys left by the suckers, and it's also shockingly dry. And as it turns out, I don't think Kensuke ever gets fed in the anime, does he?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I think Lao sneaks him a little bit of food, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is it. So, Laios has just assumed that Kensuke is just some kind of magical filter feeder and has never thought about giving him something to eat. But since he's sort of drained him, he's looking a bit more lively, so it's like, I guess this is a thing now. This is how you feed. But there we go. And he starts heading back to the party thinking, yeah, I'm pretty hungry myself. And then the notes say, and then he got back and Chilchuk never made eye contact with him again. So...
Poor Chilchuk. Just listening to all... Knowing exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Presumably what happened on multiple occasions. Because I'm assuming this isn't the last time.
I get the feeling that it's not going to be the last time, yeah. I guess people have needs, and this is a way of fulfilling that need. But yeah, there we go. Laios fucks the sword. There it is. Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, you heard it here.
Wow. Poor Chilchuk heard everything.
Yeah, I kind of enjoyed this. It was out of introductions to the Dungeon Meshi fandom. It's not the most orthodox, but there it is.
You've still not seen it yet.
No, I haven't. Am I going to watch it and think, oh my god?
No, I think you'd like it because it's really wholesome.
Yeah, it's one of the most wholesome animes I've watched.
Do you know what? I may give it a watch.
Wholesome.
Yeah.
But it treats you like an adult.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Cowboy Bebop does, but it's not as grimdark.
Yeah, not as gritty.
Weirdly, by the same studio that made the Cyberpunk anime.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's well animated.
Yeah. To be
But
fair,
the complete opposite end of the spectrum from the Cyberpunk anime.
Yeah. To be fair, I would like to finish the Cyberpunk anime because I enjoyed it immensely, but
In fact, I'm starting to wonder if Studio Trigger, after making Cyberpunk, they're like, oh boy, we need something fluffy next. That was a hard day. And then they were like, okay, let's animate this. This is much cuter. And then they did. And this is like therapy for them.
They alternate between
I suppose they do, don't they?
Cute, sexy, and dark, don't they?
Yeah. And sometimes
Usually
all at
sexy
once.
and dark comes in the same one.
Like Little Witch Academia.
That was not sexy dark.
There were some sexy characters in there, and they was dark at times.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Darling and the
Oh
Franks.
god, no, that was
That was sexy dark. That's what I mean by sexy dark.
No, actually, Nick, you'd like Darling in the Franxx because there's a sexy dinosaur in it.
Oh my god.
Pervy.
Oh yeah, no, Darling in the Franxx was not good, but I just thought Nick would loop back because there's a sexy dinosaur.
But there was a sex. This is.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you trying to get me to watch anime based on that one comment I made about fucking the dragon from Shrek?
I wasn't going to bring that up, but I'm glad you did. Because you provided us context.
Yes.
Oh.
Not a lot of it, but enough.
Okay, so, yeah, I'm going to stop
And
digging
you
this
know
hole.
what?
And,
No, this is good. This is fantastic. Because talking about wanting to fuck a dragon segues into my fic very nicely.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hadn't planned that.
Curiosity, is anyone in our fics being shipped with another person, or is it all monsters all the time? That's a yes, isn't it? It's all monsters all the time.
You know what? I'm going to tell you about my fic, and I'm going to ask you what you think, because I don't know the answer.
Okay.
So my fic is called Feathers and Fur by IzutsumiSupremacy, brackets TerminalMiraculosis.
I'm going to decide yes, that it is monsters.
Okay, so...
Based on the title alone.
So the relationship is Marcel, the elf,
Yeah.
with Fallon.
Fallon, the woman who gets turned into a chimera.
The woman who, at the end of the manga, is part dragon. Yes.
So that's a yes. She's a monster.
I mean, I don't know. Is she? I mean, she's more
Bro.
human than dragon.
She got feathers, bro.
So I posted a picture in Hot Alien Smash or Pass, incidentally. Just for Nick's reference of how monstrous Fallon is.
I mean, not very.
Yeah,
Yeah, but have you got the whole of her?
So by this point, she's human shaped. She's just got feathers.
Yeah, she's just a feathery human with wings.
Yeah.
It's just I'm still classing that as monster.
Okay, Grace, have you seen the furry chart?
Yes, but that's aimed more at foxes.
Yes, but
As
it can still
opposed
be
to angels.
it can still be applied to Fallon, I believe.
I still think it comes under monsters because she's closer to a harpy.
Hmm.
And I would sort of put angels under monsters as well.
Interesting.
All right, yeah. I mean, some monsters are humanoid, I suppose.
I
Yeah.
mean, look at Elon
Like
Musk.
Prince Sidon.
We went two very different directions there. Some monsters are human shaped, like Prince Sidon and Elon Musk.
Actually, Elon Musk is Cybertruck shaped. So
I don't think he is. I think
no, he is. There's a picture of him on the beach and he's topless. And,
no, yes, that's another one.
Yeah, his torso is. You can. It's almost like they got the idea of the shape.
Oh,
see.
for God's sake.
So you know.
Feathers and fur. This is set at the end of the manga. They're all more or less living happily ever after. Marcial is the high court wizard in Laos's kingdom, because he's a king now.
Oh,
And
good on him.
Fallon is still 40% dragon, roughly.
Okay.
But she's got control of herself again. She's human. And Izusumi, the cat... Nick, did we tell you about Izusumi?
I don't think he did.
Let me just scroll back up if there was a picture of...
There's a cat girl in it, but she's not like a human
Yes.
with cat ears and a tail. She's more of a cat mixed with a human completely.
Yes.
Right, I see.
As in hair all over.
There is a picture if you scroll all the way up. She's between Chilchuck and Kabru.
So funny. She just acts like a cat.
She is cat. She is a cat girl in the most literal sense possible. Like,
The best kind of cat
yeah,
girl.
she's a very literal cat girl.
Oh,
There
is
you go.
this the muscular cat with horns?
No,
No.
that's
Oh,
the
okay.
ogre.
What the fuck's that?
Oh, I see.
Oh,
right.
the ogre.
Yeah, I see.
Oh no, you're thinking of Leeds, the orc, I think.
The orc.
But yeah, that's the cat girl.
Right.
Anyway.
I see.
It's just a cat shaped like a person.
So I'll talk a little bit about the summary. Dragons are territorial, they're possessive, they're often loud and violent, and they get jealous very easily. For Fallon, this is very embarrassing because she is jealous of a cat.
Okay.
Or brackets. Izusumi only here for pets. Fallon misreads the situation. Marcial has no idea why they can't get along. So it's sort of a very strange love triangle. I don't think it's overtly said in the anime or the manga. Izusumi the cat, very much asexual. Like, not interested in humans, as far as I can tell.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So our story begins with Marcial reading a book. General Harius extended his elegant hand towards Uriel. Rise, maiden. One as fair as you need not bow before me. But, General, I don't understand. I thought you and Belladonna were... I care for Belladonna no more. For no pedigree, no riches or magic could compare to your beauty, my dear. Interrupted. Someone has jumped through her window.
Oh shit.
Izusumi, carrying a giant dead rat, which she has just dumped on the carpet. Marcial, understandably annoyed about this, because I'm sure we've all been there where a cat has just dumped a rat on the carpet, on the expensive carpet, we should add.
Yeah, it's never the laminate flooring. It's always a rug or something.
Exactly.
A soft furnishing.
Oh, the mouse may anti.
Something difficult to Tidy up.
When they were living with us, when they were building a house, my auntie and uncle's cat brought a live mouse in.
Oh,
That was
that's
Yeah,
the
they do
worst.
that as
yeah,
well.
that was fun, and it just left it, and yeah,
Yeah, they put it down and leave it to run off,
Yeah.
don't they? Fucking dicks.
So Marcio understandably yells at Izasumi. He said, "No, clean that up. I thought we agreed. If you bring things to the castle, you take them to Laos. This is a breach of our agreement." And Izasumi goes, "This is revenge." Marcio's like, "Revenge for what? For all the stuff I have to do that I don't want to do." And Marcio, I figured you'd appreciate this, Grace. Marcio then argues, "Look, it's not my fault you have to eat vegetables." And that's what the revenge is for. Is that Izasumi has to eat vegetables from time to time.
as a northern person, yeah, entirely justified.
Yeah, I get. So you're just gonna dump a rat on Sophie's carpet now? How dare you? So they argue for a bit. Eventually they make peace. Marcille goes back to reading her book. Izasumi sort of curls up in her lap. The agreement is very much, you don't bring me dead things, I will pet you.
Okay,
Which,
that sounds like an agreement a cat would make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's reasonable. So they curl down, everything goes back to normal. A larger knock at the window, something much less elegant bursts through. This is Fallon, who seems to have climbed up the tower as well, and just sort of burst in, and Fallon's like, Marcille, I've got to show you. Oh, a rat! Neat. And she just picks up the rat. She's having a go with it. Turns out, Fallon gets weird looks from the guards, so she doesn't like to go in through the front door. She can, she just chooses not to.
Fair play.
They get talking. Fallon goes to pet Izasumi, and Izasumi hisses at her and is kind of more pissed off and everything. She's like, "Oh, you've interrupted. Don't want you here." All that kind of stuff. It eventually gets very tense, and eventually Fallon just roars at her. just out of nowhere, just roar, like full-on dragon shit. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Yeah, it's all very cute. Oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, eventually, Fallon says she wants to borrow Marcille to go help her analyze some magical fruit. So they go off, they talk a bit. It's all very fluffy. I'm skimming this because it is quite long. I encourage everyone to read it themselves.
Yeah.
The highlight from this bit of dialogue, Fallon's trying to figure out, like, is there something going on with Marcille and the cat? And at one point she starts thinking about the time they shared a bath together, and before she knows it, she's just crushed the fruit in her hand, just without thinking about it. And I thought that was quite cute. Like, Fallon, she's not quite used to being part dragon yet. And there's a lot of strength there that she doesn't know she has. And that chapter ends with Izasumi going, like, "Fuck this entirely. And give Marcille her rat back. It was a gift." Which I thought was quite cute. Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to say about that chapter. Obviously there's more to it, but I'm just talking about the highlights. Chapter 2, Hissy Fits. We cut to Izasumi. She is in the dungeon. She is hunting monsters. And she's doing the whole stealthy ninja thing, like waiting for this frog to kind of move. And then Fallon walks in being loud, and she loses her prey. She loses her prey, and they kind of have a bit of a huff at each other. Izasumi keeps calling her bird girl. Fallon's like, "No, I'm a dragon girl, actually." Eventually they talk about, who was here first, and because Fallon was using this dungeon to harvest, like, wait for alchemic materials and stuff to grow.
Okay.
And Izasumi's been coming in and hunting, and she's like, "No, don't do that. It'll disturb the magic in the dungeon." And Izasumi makes a comment about, "Well, yeah, I was here weeks ago. That's before you, but you didn't explore it. Why does it matter? Just because you discover something first doesn't mean it's yours. It belongs to whoever actually takes it first." And Fallon, of course, takes that as being about Marcille.
Oh.
Yeah. But Izasumi's just a dumbass. Like, she That's not what she meant. So Fallon's understandably angry. She's like, what are you trying to say? So I'm saying you snooze, you lose, bird girl. And yeah, they keep talking. How was I supposed to know you were eyeing it? It's not your fault for marking your territory. Fallon, that's not fair. I was dead or mind-controlled or frozen. I'd never had the chance to mark her. Someone goes, mark who? We're talking about the dungeon, right?
Oh,
Fallon
dear.
Fallon goes bright red. Izasumi, oh my god, you were talking about Marcille? Ew. When I said mark your territory, I didn't mean that like that, you creep.
I have the feeling that this is how a cat would act if it could talk.
Oh, this is peak cat behaviour.
Yeah.
Fallon, you know exactly what I was doing. That metaphor you were using about talking things, you were taunting me. Ha! What the fuck's a metal for? Now you're just making up words. Ha!
Oh my god.
And that's when it all kicks. Well, she makes a very harsh point that humans would never be attracted to bodies like ours, because they are both half monster.
Okay.
And Fallon, understandably upset by that, eventually just sort of hits her with a mace, but she hits her a lot harder than she expects to. There's a scrap. It's a very well-written fight. Go read it yourselves. It's lovely. And yeah, they keep doing that, and then cuts back to Marcille, back at home, reading her rom-com, and eventually she gets interrupted. Izatsumi, once again, climbing through the window. Hey, long ears. This time she just falls straight on the carpet. There's blood everywhere. Marcille, alright at magic when it comes to healing. Not fantastic. So she does her best. She asks if she can go get Fallon, and Izatsumi's like, no, don't get Fallon to heal me. Yeah. But why? It's fine. It's nothing. It's fine. You can heal me. Etc. Eventually it doesn't work out, so she does go get Fallon. And they get talking, and it's kind of funny, the subtext here. There's sort of a double kind of meanings on here.
Okay.
Like when Fallon comes in to heal the cat, she's like, oh, what monster did you run into that hurt you? It must have been pretty impressive to do that much damage. Must have been a super cool boss. The cat's like, actually, no, it was weak and ugly and stupid. Oh, but it got the better of you, so it can't be that weak. Like, yeah, it was a tie at worst. So they're trying to hide the fight as best they can, but they're still getting digs in at each other.
Oh, nice.
It's quite cute. But eventually Marcille does find out, because they slip up. Of course they do.
Well, yeah. They can't hide it for long.
Marcille doesn't understand why they were fighting, but insists they apologize to each other, and they don't.
Like angry teenagers.
Like angry teenagers. That's the end of chapter 2. So, that's how much I'd read before we went on holiday. Chapter 3 comes out, and it's completely different. I read it yesterday, so I'm a little bit rusty on it. I described it earlier as the West Wing, and it kind of is.
Oh shit, there's political intrigue then.
There's political intrigue here. The first half is it's the king doing meetings, and Fallon feels she kind of has to be involved in this royal stuff a bit more now that she's technically a princess. And so she shows up, listens in on meetings. There's a trade deal going on with the elves. Kabru is the royal advisor, because, as we all know, Laios is far too autistic to do that kind of thing on his own. And
Bless him.
He doesn't pick up on the subtleties that Kabru does. And
he
saves them from getting a raw trade deal from the elves, who were trying to kind of do them dirty.
Yeah.
There was a great line in this. Izasumi calls Fallon like princess in a really snarky way, and Fallon kicks off. Stop calling me princess. You literally are a princess now. Your brother's the king, and I thought that was quite cute. Yeah. We also find out more intrigue. Someone is plotting to assassinate the king. There's a faction of dissenters who aren't impressed with Laios, but we don't know who.
No.
So it's setting up political intrigue. Or why? It's probably to do with him being weird about monsters, if I had to guess, but we don't know.
Yeah, but why assassinate a guy for that?
Don't know. We're gonna have to find. We're gonna have to keep going with this fic, and the author is going to have to keep going with this fic because I need closure too. And yeah. So the second part of this chapter is it's Izuzumi's perspective. She is trading with the orc village, and eventually she comes back and she's met by Kabru, and she's like, "Oh, you're that weird guy." He's like, "Yes. I need a favor. I need you to tell me about your line of work when you were in the dumbfuck ninja harem," as Izuzumi puts it.
The dumbfuck ninja harem. Is this the party which went off dungeoneering? I'm guessing.
It is one of the parties, yeah.
Yeah.
There's multiple parties that go in dungeoneering. One of them is from the east. That's who Izuzumi was part of their team with.
Right,
There were a bunch of them. And, yeah. Dumbfuck ninja harem is kind of accurate for that. But Kabru says, like, I need you to do... I could use your particular set of skills, reconnaissance, security, and possibly assassination. Hopefully it's not Kabru that's trying to assassinate the king.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
But I'm hoping he's setting that up as more of a counter-assassination deal, because I kind of ship them too at this point, and I'm not sure I want to see them try and kill each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, setting up political intrigue, I'm here for it. Last thing, as we were setting up today, wait, there's more. There is a fourth chapter that I haven't read yet. However, I did skim... We're recording the day this fourth chapter went up, so forgive me, not read it yet. I did skim it just to see if I'd have time to read it. I don't, but I did see one bit stood out as I scrolled just to see how long it was. There is a bit that's a picture. I'm just going to read that bit. I have no context for this yet. Apologies. I'll be reading this once we're done recording. It appears Fallon has left a note. There's a note wrapped in a dead possum.
No, I don't think that's Fallon, is it?
Sorry, Fallon picks up a note.
Fallon has been left a note.
Yes, that's what... Is that not what I said?
Yeah, you...
Leaves a note.
Yeah, you said that Fallon had left a note, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's almost 10. So, Fallon finds a note outside her chamber doors. There's a possum, and wrapped around it is some paper. Dear Birdbrain, this is an apology, spelt wrong. I shouldn't have said that stuff I said. I'm sure Marcille is the sort of freak who's really into you and your stupid feathers. You should kiss her or whatever it is you people do. From Izuzumi with 6 exclamation marks. P.S. You can keep the possum for free. It's a gift.
Free possum.
Oh boy.
Well, Fallon's a nice lady. So,
and you know what? She does keep the possum.
It would be rude to give it back.
So I don't know what else is in store in this fic, as it is yet to be finished. I fucking love what I've seen so far, though.
It sounds like it's going to be a wild ride.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For a brief moment, I was shipping Izuzumi and Marcille there, but no, I'm not going to stray from Fallon and Marcille. They're too cute together.
Fair enough.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this. IzutsumiSupremacy. I hope you finish it. I'll be here when you do.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to say while we're here?
We've kind of come full circle back to the Brown Ascension, really, haven't we?
What?
Well,
what?
Because
oh no, I see where you come.
It started off as something that you expect it to be, and then all of a sudden there's like an overarching plot, and there's political intrigue, and there's various other bits and bats.
I do love a fic with a suddenly political intrigue. That's yeah. Though that didn't happen when I picked this fic. That just happened immediately afterwards when I went back to revisit it, and suddenly, oh, it's the West Wing now. Fantastic. What a delightful treat.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot I skipped in this as well, but I encourage everyone to read it in their own time. So what have we learned? Actually, no, first of all, Grace. Is Marcel a monster fucker?
Yeah.
Okay, that was... Why?
Because Fallon is now a monster.
Okay, I was hoping for more intrigue than that, but that's fine. I'll accept that.
I mean, it's a perfectly valid answer, I feel.
It is.
I mean, she liked Fallon when she was a monster.
But she liked Fallon when she wasn't a monster. And she wasn't attracted to the
You
I feel like she's more attracted
I'll
to the Fallon.
get you a girl who can do both.
I can't argue with that. In fact,
She likes...
I did see a lot of fics while looking into this. There are a lot of fics about Fallon. Now she's a monster. The dragon was a male dragon. I've saw multiple different fics about,
Jesus.
oh no, I have a penis now. What do I do? And Marcel being like,
And
aha, let me help you with that.
God.
And then she does.
Oh, the fandom. The fandom. It's such a wholesome show, and the fandom is not used to such things, clearly.
Yeah.
And
I feel like...
they're expanding on something that
Yeah.
probably doesn't need expanding on. But you know what? Good on them.
The author has... Their kink is visible in Dungeon Meshi, in the art style.
I think Laos is self-insert.
Ah.
I'm putting it out there. I just have this feeling.
See, I feel like Fallon's the self-insert, because there is that fan art of... the author just did a bunch of fantasy elves. I think she's really into elves.
Fallon isn't an elf.
Yeah, that's why I was saying Fallon is the self-insert, because she wants to bang the elf.
Maybe. But
Okay.
on the other hand, Laos is sort of the main character.
That's true.
Easier to write sort of about yourself.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think it also...
You
It's
never
kind
know.
of... I was about to compare it to Hades in a way. Because there's a lot of representation in body types. But unlike Hades, it's not as sexual in it. It's like a less horny Hades, if you see where I'm going with that.
It's just everyday people showing up.
Yeah,
in
and that's good. That's representation, which we don't normally see.
It's weird that we have to call it representation when it's essentially like if it was daily life, that's what just what daily
But that's
life would
good.
look like.
Because
It
most
is
manga,
good.
they're all kind of similar body shape. I'm just happy that Senshi is there, is what I'm trying to get at.
You finally found a body type like yours.
Yeah, I feel represented with Senshi on screen. There's a fat bloke with a beard. Fantastic.
In an anime,
an-
it never
yeah.
happens.
I can go to an anime convention and cosplay someone now.
Yep, fair enough.
I mean, he had to be a dwarf to get
like-
in. Like
My cosplay
a
options were stuck
stereotypical
with
dwarf.
Jack Black characters until now. This is progress. It's fantastic.
To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
since we're now tagged on AO3, we could just cosplay ourselves.
That's true. No one
Well,
will know
that's-
who we are, though.
that feels a bit vain, considering I do it every day.
No. We cosplay ourselves, but we
We
rotate.
cosplay each other, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go as you, Grace. Grace, you go as Nick. Nick, you go as me.
Yep, fair enough.
Easy.
So we've got to go. So I've got to go from having the longest hair to no hair.
not
Nick
thought
has
this
to
through.
go from having
Yeah,
no
you're
hair
right.
to a beard and hair, and you've got to turn into a
Okay,
woman
maybe I've not thought this through.
Yeah, there's...
and shave your beard off.
Okay, Grace, you go as me, because you can use your long hair and wrap it into a beard.
Okay. What's the
There's
next
bald
step? What
caps and wigs and stuff, so...
fucking
Yeah.
hell!
God, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
I don't want to dress as either of you two.
Fine. You don't have to.
Oh, boy.
I know I don't have to. That's why I won't.
Yeah,
Good.
we will just cosplay ourselves.
Yeah.
No,
well, no,
I'd
I'm going to go as Senshi.
Yeah, we want to go as our favourite characters to something we're
Yeah.
not even going to yet.
Exactly. Who are you going as then, Grace?
Hmm?
Who would be your cosplay character?
Oh, Bayonetta, no. Obviously not.
Grace, I mean this in the nicest way. You couldn't pull off Bayonetta.
No one's
Not
got the legs
no
for
one can.
Bayonetta.
No.
No one. I would need to
Exactly.
put stilts on.
Mhm. And cut your hair.
My hair's long enough.
Or grow it really long. Well, it depends which Bayonetta you're going
I would
as.
have to wear my hair.
Yeah.
It may be difficult.
That's true. Nick, who are you cosplaying as?
Okay, so I have cosplayed exactly once in my life. and actually no, I would say 3 times, but it was all the same character and all at the same place, just different years. I went for sort of minimum effort, so I just went as Arthur Dent.
Yes, I remember now.
It was easy, pajamas, slippers, dressing gown. But to be fair, if we were going for something that took more effort, something I could actually pull off, I reckon I'd probably go as Uncle Fester from the Addams Family.
Oh yeah, good one.
Yeah, as fictional bald guys go, I reckon that would be quite,
You don't get a lot
I
of
reckon I could
fictional
pull that
bald
off.
guys.
No, you don't.
That's what Dungeon Meshi's missing. I haven't seen a bald guy in it yet.
We need a bald man.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
in, we need a bald man.
Get Cabru needs to experience twink death and become bald
And lose his hair.
and lose his hair.
No, not him. He's too beautiful. Someone else.
Fine. The washed up samurai whose name I've forgotten.
Shiro?
Yeah. I don't like him. He can go bald.
No.
The last time I saw him, he
nothing
really annoyed
wrong
me.
with going bald.
Well, I think he'd hate it because he's got long hair.
Oh, for God's sake.
I used to have quite long hair, and for a time I hated going bald too. But
Exactly.
I've come to terms with it.
So the beauty of going bald, I've found, in my opinion, is you get locked in at 30 forever.
Yes, you don't age.
So at the age of 20, that sucks.
Yeah.
But Nick, you're 32 now.
Yeah,
And you're gonna look 30 until you're 90.
Yeah, well, yeah, fingers crossed, providing I don't, develop a meth addiction or anything like that. So
Don't develop a meth addiction.
I'm trying my hardest.
Excellent. I'm gonna continue aging and you're not. So enjoy that.
I'll certainly try.
Excellent. You could go as Kingpin from the Spider-Man universe.
I could go as is it Stark from Farscape?
Oh yeah,
The guy with the mask.
Phantom of the Opera mask. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
a little bit more effort. I'd have to make the mask, but yeah.
Bane?
Bane. Yeah.
Yeah, could go as Bane.
It's an excuse to do the voice.
Yep, 100%.
Grace, you dodged it. Who are you going as?
I wonder if I could... I feel like I'd have to pick a character that looks like me, but make it decidedly washed up looking. Like, I don't know, like your generic healer type character, but I've got a bottle of vodka and sunglasses on and like just fucking shambling about. Just like, oh. Yeah, I'm not your waifu now, am I? I've put a cigarette out on some fucking unknown cosplayer. Like, fuck yeah.
Ooh. I mean, if you're willing to wear a wig, oh god, what's her name? Shit. Chainsaw Man. The evil lady.
Makima.
Makima, yeah. That'd
So-
suit your personality, if not you.
I know what's going on here. Grace wants to ruin people's preconceptions of what meeting their waifu in real life.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
Would-
sense.
I,
Because
I,
Grace...
be
I
like-
was thinking more of one someone loves, like Tifa Lockhart, if I just put 2 balloons
Oh,
down my
God.
chest and then just
Yeah.
just be like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, draw like a load of wrinkles on, sort of like crushed cigarette in your hand.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
my empty body bottle with me, slippers.
That's it. Instead of high heels, carpet slippers.
Yeah, don't meet your heroes, don't meet your waifus, that sort of cosplay.
I mean, you could probably do Eris like that, to be fair.
I could do a lot of characters just like that if I just put a wig on and just look fucked. It's quite easy. I'm
We
trying
should
to
get
think.
around to Final Fantasy at some point.
I'm trying to think who's like your go-to typical heartthrob or just like favourite waifu.
I'm not even sure.
Probably like a really washed out Sailor Moon.
Oh, Thingy from Madoka, the time one.
Oh, she's already washed out.
Exactly.
No, that you're missing the element of what I'm going for. I'm here to ruin
Yeah,
people's Comic Cons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like how every fucking that turns up as Deadpool does.
Oh god, fuck the Deadpool cosplayers.
Oh god. Hate them.
I'm guessing the worst thing is they think they're Deadpool.
They
Yeah.
act like a really shit version, like they'll just hit on all the feet, like they'll try and
Oh,
grope
I'm so
people,
random
sexually
and
harass.
quirky, I'm gonna grab her boobs.
Yeah,
Oh god,
it's just,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and it's just like
It's
stop
what
it.
Deadpool would do. I'm just doing what my character would. You
Yeah, it's like,
bastard.
no, you wouldn't. Fuck's sake.
Go as Zelda.
Washed up Zelda. That's just Twilight
Yeah.
Princess, isn't
It
it?
is.
No.
To be fair, it would be quite easy because all you would have to do is put your cosplay on, including the makeup, and get really drunk the night before.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Who's a really sweet character?
That's so you've got like
That's all I could think,
the
Zelda.
bloodshot in your eyes and the gravel in your voice, and leave me alone. Everything's too bright, and I've got a headache.
There's
Ah,
Estelle from Trails in the Sky, but I think that would only upset me and no one else because no
Yeah.
one will recognize you.
That's right. Although they did come first. No, not her. That other Yuri ship of yours came first recently. Against a load of the mecha
God.
one.
Oh,
The one
Gundam.
that's in-
Which from Mercury?
Yeah,
Soletta and I've forgotten her other name.
white and
Wow, it's been
white hair and red hair.
Oh, they're cute. I've forgotten Soletta's girlfriend's name. Oh well.
Wife.
Yeah, Soletta and the bitchy one.
Either way. Yeah,
Yes.
something like that.
We're getting off track.
Either way, it's. I said I wanted to go to sleep at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I have stayed up. I'm not happy.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Yep, thank you for
Alright.
your service.
And thank you for listening if you made it this far. Apologies that the schedule's the way it is.
Hopefully, job will be less fucked in the coming months. But we will
Reasonably
see.
confident we're back, but I've said that before, so
Yep,
I won't
we
make promises I can't keep.
we shall see what the future holds.
Exactly.
We're, I mean,
That's
it's
what
fair
we can
to
say. We will be back. Don't know when, don't know where, but we will be back.
We will endeavour
Dun,
to be
dun,
back.
dun.
Yeah,
And that's
when
a
we're back.
guarantee.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be back for fanfics and chill, because we made a promise that we'll be doing that again.
Ah,
And
yes.
we've got a fic lined up too, so yes. Right, it's been fun. If you like us, the best way to support us, tell your friends, spread the good word.
Yep.
No.
You can. What do you mean no?
That's what Jehovah's Witnesses say. You've nicked their slogan.
Come at me, Jehovah's Witnesses. I've got weirder books than you. They could talk to me about Jesus. I could talk to them about Fallon and the dragon dildos.
Do you have a moment of your time to talk about our Lord and Saviour, AO3?
It's funny because I'll come to your door, listen to you talk about monster fuck, and they're like, "Thank God, we're here just in time." I think we can just about save him.
I reckon I can break them before they can break me.
He needs Jesus. Either way, yeah. Good night.
It's been fun. Tell your friends. You can join our Patreon if you like. If you look in our Tumblr bio, you can find the invite link.
I think there's a link to the Discord there as well, isn't there? If you want to.
That's the one I meant to say. Discord.
If you want
I
to
have
come
a
talk to
cold,
us.
and yeah, come hang out with us. It's fun.
Hmm.
It's in our Tumblr bio. I didn't want to put it in the show notes in case it attracted spam bots.
Yes.
Excellent.
So you got to do a teeny bit of work to find it.
Good
For our
night.
true hardcore fans, good night. Take care, everyone.